You can't shame people into doing what you want them to do. Similarly, you can't fearmonger people into doing what you want them to do. Just be honest, straight up, and deliver your message.
I don't know why they take it to the extreme with this kind of stuff. It's like, all right, you're
Mhm.
salty, you're mad. All right, cool. Now it is what it is. Go on to the next.
Are they going to put their families back together? But it's kind of hard when you got 3 kids by 3 different men. Which family are you putting back together?
Damn.
Heirs on air. We back in the building. Dante Jr., Dante Sr., and we back at it again. What's up, Dante? What's the word? What's going on?
Not much. Just chilling. Just me doing me. What about you?
Same, chilling. Seeing what's happening in social media, things that you and I are going to discuss. So clearly, the election was this week.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump mopped the floor with the Democrats. I forget what the actual electoral total was, but man, he wiped the floor with Kamala and the Democrats.
Yeah, I did not expect the result to be that big. They keep talking about like it's being like historic, like there's like a historical loss. Like I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
about that.
I know Trump won the popular vote. And that I don't think a Republican has won the popular vote in 20 years or something like that. It's been a very, very long time because the electoral map, right? You can get the 270, but winning the popular vote, I think that speaks, very clearly to Democrats that whatever their message was, nobody was trying to hear it. And you and I talked about this, right? It was Kamala's message was not good. And this is the end result. You take a historic ass whipping. So, hey, man. Hey, man, it is what it is,
Yeah.
So with that being said, there was a reaction, should I say. There was definitely a visceral reaction to Trump winning. And I wanted to discuss that with you. Have you seen any of that? Have you seen some of what's going on social media?
I've seen a few, but I haven't really delved deep into it. I just see them just basically screaming and I just like swipe and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not see anybody's reaction really, but I'm pretty sure it's wild.
Yeah, they are losing their collective mind. So with that being said, let's hop to it, man. Like, let's see what's going on here.
All right.
All the black people voted for Trump have one like major thing in common: no education, no higher education whatsoever, not completed. And education ain't everything, but it's a lot. Ask a black man why he's voting for Trump, and he gonna say something dumb like he's helping the economy. But when you ask him to expand, like that's the end of it. He's helping the economy. How? And they can't say nothing else. Ask a black Trump supporter to read a page from a Harry Potter book. I dare you.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave.
I'm sorry. No. Why?
I may offend some people with what I'm going to say, and I don't give a fuck. To all you Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope he mass deports you and your entire family. Whether you were here legally or not, you gotta go. I hope he does that. To you black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all, the police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where the fuck you stand. And when they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMes. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what the fuck it is. But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next. We've done enough. We're not doing anymore. To you white women that once again voted against your fucking interests, when your husbands start knocking you into the middle of fucking next week and you can't do anything about it because no fault divorce is in play, I want you to take those black eyes and those busted lips as a personal thank you from Donald J. Trump each and every time you get fucking hit.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.
Take it. Don't look for nobody else. Don't ask for fucking help. Take your beatings. For all of y'all that voted for Trump, I hope you get exactly what you voted for. Because the only thing he did was make America great for the people that it was great for from the fucking beginning, white men. That's what he did. He couldn't run the risk of whiteness no longer being the default, not being allowed to fail up. So when you're bleeding out somewhere and there's a medical emergency and you can't get no fucking help, women who voted for him, don't take it. You just gotta die. If you got kids, they just gonna be motherless. It is what the fuck it is. You didn't give a fuck, so we don't give a fuck.
Okay. Asking a black man why he voted for Trump, and he says helping the economy, and there's nothing else. And asking a black man to read a one page of a Harry Potter book, and we're uneducated. This is why Democrats lost. This is why Democrats lost. Like they want to have this like high moral authority and tell everybody that you're too stupid, you're uneducated, and you don't know what you're doing. And they got literally mopped up during the election with the popular vote and the electoral vote. But I just want to take the first woman first. Go ahead. What do you think overall?
First woman, though, it's just that's kind of wild. It's like, first of all, I feel like as though you took the straight off like what 50 Cent when he was talking. Remember the whole beat they had with Floyd Mayweather, like read a Harry Potter book. It's like, come on, like you talking to us like we're uneducated. It's just that's like the main thing. It's like now white people were, or certain demographic of people is just trying to went to the other way.
Yeah, it's like I said, it doesn't help. Like you're right. She went the 50 Cent route with Floyd Mayweather and tried to, again, this is what people were talking about before the election about Kamala's supporters. And they are just not likable people. They come off as like some highfalutin moral authority that nobody knows anything. But I mean, that it's just ridiculous. And then the second guy just screaming into the camera. I'm gonna let that speak for itself. But last but not least was the woman wearing the orange.
Yo,
go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go for it.
Okay, for the two other people that's just yelling at the camera, just
and the black woman screaming in the car. Yeah,
it's just like, all right, now you're just doing too much. It's like it's not. And the other woman that said she said she might wake up as a slave. I'm like, yo, now you just.
That was actually pretty funny. That was funny. That was a good one. She got that off. That was funny.
I'm pretty sure she meant as a joke, which was that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just very over dramatic for the other two people to screaming at the camera. But as for the last woman, the one in the orange, this is the exact reason why people were swinging to the other side, because why do you have to talk down on other people or guilt trip other people in order to be on your side? Not even that. It's just I see it's either because I see from the Democrats at least, it's like it's either my way or the highway. Like you have to believe me 100%. And if you're 99, then get out of my face. It's like
true.
I don't need to agree.
It's not that. Let's say we agree on 80% of the issues. They don't care. If you don't agree 100%, you're right. They're like, get out of here. Get going. Like you're uneducated. You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about because you don't agree 100%. And with the woman in the orange, Donald Trump was already president. Women weren't getting beat. What did she say? We're black men. I mean, it's so interesting. Yeah, with these reactions, they all say either black men are stupid or we're all going to get shot by the police. But I mean, they're trying to scare you. They're trying to fearmonger you into doing what they want you to do.
Yeah, and I really believe this is like how it was when Obama was president. You know how everyone was like going on their not saying the same thing, but like based on how I remember it, because I was like 8. But still, it's like people were talking about like Obama, like how everything was going to go down to crumbles and all that stuff. But it's just
Barack Obama was elected, it was more about hope and change, right? It was more about like hope in the future, and we can make the future better. It wasn't all this fear mongering. Yeah, they always call, Republicans racist, but the Democrats really got to turn the page on that because every Republican can't be racist. I mean, there are some racist Republicans and there are some racist Democrats, but this fear mongering of white women, you're going to get beat up, Latinos, you're going to get deported, and black men, you're going to get shot, and black women are tired of saving the world. What? What are you can't fear monger us. This is similar to the shaming language that Kevin Sam used to talk about. You can't shame people into doing what you want them to do. Similarly, you can't fear monger people into doing what you want them to do. Just be honest and straight up and deliver your message.
I don't know why they take it to the extreme with this kind of stuff. It's like, all right, you're salty, you're mad. All right, cool. Now it is what it is. Go on to the next.
Yeah, Trump's the president for the next 4 years, and all this fear mongering and whining and crying isn't going to do anything. He's the president. If Trump wins as president, we all win as Americans. So what's the problem? You lost an election. So what? It happens. With that being said, we're going to keep this show moving. We're going to jump to the next clip.
Hey, I just want to give some free advice to the white progressives, particularly white progressive women who may be thinking about marching against the Trump victory, maybe putting back on the P-word hats and doing that thing. I would just say probably don't send any of those invites to any black women you know. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're not coming. I'm pretty sure black women have resigned from the Save America Coalition, Save Democracy Coalition, and definitely the Save the Democratic Party Coalition. I think that's probably not happening. I would just keep those invites maybe among your own friends because I don't think they're coming. But yeah, I think black women are now on the Save Black Women, Prioritize Black Men, and prioritize black communities, black businesses, and the black spaces, but Save America, Save the Democratic Party. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
People are now saying America is this racist, sexist, fascistic country because of this outcome. Listen, we've always had some racist, sexist, fascist people in the country. That's not what happened. What happened is you had some key parts of this coalition, especially black men, who were not handled properly. I can tell you right now, what was the agenda for immigrants? Comprehensive immigration reform. What's the agenda for women? Abortion. What's the agenda for transgender people? Dignity and respect. What was the agenda for black men? You still can't tell me. And that was a problem on our side. But we deserve more respect than we got. And when you don't give people respect, they don't stick around.
All right. Joy Reid in the first clip, Van Jones in the second clip. I'm going to start with Joy Reid first. Okay. Similarly to the woman in the orange, black women saving America, black women saving democracy. I believe black women are 6% of the U.S. population. There is nothing that 6% of the U.S. population can save. I don't understand where she's coming from. And again, to then focus your kind of vitriol at white women because they didn't do what you wanted them to do. Like, I don't know, maybe. So when I'm out socially, I don't see a group of 10 women and I don't see 5 black women and 5 white women. If there are a group of 10 women, there may be a group of 10 white women, there may be 1 black woman, right? Maybe a couple of Asian women, maybe 1 Hispanic woman. And when I go out and I see a group of 10 black women, I might see 1 white woman in that group. I didn't really know black women and white women really hung out socially in that way, where they would align with voting preferences. But that's just my opinion. What is your opinion of Joy Reid and black women resigning from the Saving Democracy kind of coalition and blaming white women ultimately?
I think with Joy Reid, it's weird to say that because when you go outside, or anyone that goes outside, if there's, like you said, if there's like 9 black women, there's always 1 white woman. Not always, but
yeah,
a little mixture, like 1, maybe 2, maybe.
Yeah,
It'd be vice versa after that. So it's just and there's such a small percentage of black women in America. It's like, how can you save America with such a small percentage? It's like,
But is that their delusion, or is that their kind of feeling of superiority when they're in these groups, that they they're in a coalition with themselves and their coworkers, right? And they think that that's emblematic of the rest of the population. You know what I mean? And her friend group, and she works, I believe she's at MSNBC. Let's say she hangs out with her colleagues. There may be 5 white women and 5 black women all going to lunch together, but that's because they work together. I'm talking about socially.
right,
Socially, you don't see that. Yeah, when you have working people go out as co-workers, yeah, you have all kinds of, ethnicities and people mixed together because y'all work together. But socially, I don't see it. So I don't know how they have this coalition that she thinks expands beyond her workplace.
right. I only think it's delusion if it's something they're not actively working on.
Do you
Like,
think they are? Do you
yeah,
think in her social circle they're actively trying to include Asian women, white women, Hispanic women, Arab women, Indian women, whomever?
do I think they are?
Yeah.
Very, very small percentage in that demographic. I am
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I'm not too confident in saying yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
because everyday real life, we don't see it. You know what I
right.
mean? And she works at MSNBC. I'm not sure where she lives, New York, Virginia, who knows where she lives. And whatever group that she's in, I'm sure that's not it. And if that, I just don't know why they would think they would have that type of influence over another group when they likely don't share the same issues as far as voting, right?
Mhm.
Like, you and I may share similar voting, like issues that we're voting on, but they won't be the same because I'm 20 plus years older than you. Like,
Yeah,
we see the world similarly, but different.
right.
So I don't know. Maybe she felt like the whole women's rights issue, she felt like that would mean women would vote for Kamala. But I like I told you before, I think Kamala leaned too heavily into the women's rights, the abortion issue, to the point where, even as Van Jones said, they completely excluded black men, but I would say they excluded all men.
Yeah, no, because all right, this might go a little off topic, or not really, but it's I think that is definitely part of Kamala's downfall to her losing the election
Mhm.
because her completely going straight women, like not straight women, but straight towards women, just trying just straight towards women and just saying like, all right, um, having rights and all that, or like everything, but it's just like after that, then what? Then what you're going to talk about? She talked about housing, like just trying to
Mhm.
build up housing. Where you're going to get the money
Yeah.
for that? But it's just like there's like a bunch of other stuff, and
Mhm.
it's nothing really that screams towards men that says like, okay, I'll vote for her. But really, it's more so just men. Just I can't speak for all men, but it's just
Mhm.
men just voting for uh women's rights, basically, which I have no problem. It's just that what's benefiting for you? Like,
Yeah. I mean, you understand women's rights. I understand women's rights, but it's not number one on my priority list. Like that's crazy. That's not, like, men have no reproductive rights, right? I don't know if you're aware of this. Men have no reproductive rights other than, abstaining from sex. Like, men have no reproductive rights. But what I've heard several people say is, and on social media, that, well, why couldn't men just vote and vote for women's rights? Because if you have a daughter, you want her to have access to abortion and things like that. But you're asking me to sacrifice my vote in order to put women's rights forward. Well, when have women ever been asked to sacrifice their rights and put men's rights forward? I can't recall of a time that that's ever happened. So you see what I mean? They're asking for something and then not even giving us anything tangible in return. They're not saying we're going to revamp the family court laws. We're going to revamp child custody. We're going to add, mandatory DNA tests at birth. Nothing. They're just saying, give us a women's rights abortion and go away.
No, because I'm 1,000% sure if she said any of that, that would kind of conflict with the women's women's voting. I mean,
Yeah,
she would have male voters, but women's votes that would have like cut. Yeah,
true, but as a politician, you have to balance both. You have to say, okay, women, understand, we're going to vote on women's rights, but we also need to revamp this over here because this is unfair towards men. But it just can't be give me everything and you get nothing. That was Kamala's. And as Van Jones even said, what was the outreach? And he did say black men, but what was I'm gonna use men in general. What was the outreach to men in general? You can't say. You can't say what it was.
exactly. And there's been plenty of other people that'll say the same thing. They'll just be like, "Well, vote for our rights," and it's like, "Well, what am I getting? You're not answering the question. What am I getting? Like, what am I getting out of this?"
This is a transactional world. I'm giving you money, you're giving me a car. Everything is transactional. So to kind of say, oh no, just do this. No. Unfortunately, no, that's not going to, and it's not going to work. And it didn't work. I just think her campaign had a bad strategy and they leaned too heavily into the women's rights and just thought men were just going to, like zombies, follow them, off into the abyss, into, abortion land. And that sure as hell didn't work. But
right. I can't give all the blame to Kamala because I'm pretty sure her team is like definitely, I can't give, but
yeah. So with that being said, we're going to keep rolling into the next little video here, but it is not all bad, right? It's not all bad. There was a little bit of sunshine to come out of all of this, and here we go.
I ain't so surprised that y'all didn't see that Trump was going to win. I knew Trump was going to win. I knew Kamala wasn't going to win. I knew Kamala wasn't winning, and that's because Kamala represents what most modern women represent today, and that's that Me Too movement. And that Me Too movement have fucked it up for a lot of you bitches because they understand that y'all don't play motherfucking fair. It's just the fact that you bitches have shown them that when you get positions of power, you forget about that motherfucking teamwork. And you start working against a motherfucker, and that's not fair. That's not how business operates. Like, get your feelings out the motherfucking money.
So I'm scrolling, and I see a lot of black women making videos talking down to black men who voted for Trump. And I just have to say, if you voted for Trump and you're a black man, thank you. And I thank you because I know exactly why you voted for Trump. You voted for secure borders so that us women and children can be safe. You voted for a strong economy so that us women and children can be provided for. You voted for our children to not be indoctrinated in this failed public school system. You voted for my right to not have to use the bathroom with a biological man. You also voted for our children not to be drafted into another endless, senseless war that only benefits the military-industrial complex. And also, you voted for the protection of our freedom of speech. The same freedom of speech that these evil, nasty, disgusting women are using to wish death upon you. So as a black woman, I just want to say thank you for voting for Trump. I truly appreciate you, and I'm going to speak life into you. I pray that God continues to protect you and guide you. I pray that he gives you the success that you deserve. I pray that he gives you the strength to lead your family and your communities.
Go ahead. I'm gonna give you the first swing at that one.
First thing I need to say, a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad, yin and yang. That's all I got to say. But I wouldn't say it's an eye opener because I've seen videos like this, and it's just like one thing I will say, those two will probably get crucified for it from the other side. But
I don't think they care.
Yeah,
they care.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. But I'm glad they see that way because it's just, don't get me wrong, there are some things that's a little questionable on Trump's side that I like to question about, but the last chick, she's not wrong.
Yeah,
this is some of the things that people, some of the men voted for, like because it sounds good, and that's probably the reason. And as for the first chick, basically, there's not much to be said for the first chick because she kind of is self-explanatory. It's just
Well, she did the first woman. She did hit the nail on the head. Men and women will agree on certain things, and then in an instance, she'll change, and then it'll be something else completely different. So, like the woman, she kind of categorized it as women don't want to play fair. Then, when they get in positions of power, now they want to start to exclude you from these things. So, it was interesting that she brought up that point. And the second woman, I mean, just shout out to her. I mean, you could tell that she really felt what she was saying. It wasn't just she's just kind of just putting it on for the camera. She definitely, those are the types of women that we like to hear from, and speak life into the man, and she's praying for men. And, that's always nice to hear, because we get so much of what we saw at the beginning of the video, right? But also, I want to tackle something from the Joy Reid video.
But yeah, I think Black women are now on the Save Black Women, Prioritize Black Men, and Prioritize Black Communities, Black businesses, and that.
Now we're going to focus on ourselves. We're going to prioritize the Black man and prioritize our community and Black businesses. What do you mean now? What do you mean now you're going to do it? So you lose the election. You're bitter at the coalition you thought you had. Now it's, okay, Black men, now we want to focus on you. Nah. Nah. As Ja Moran said.
See everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side.
We good. We good over here.
Literally, because it's just like, why now? It's just like, because that's the weird thing about it. It's like you want to exclude them first, and you notice you're not going anywhere with it, and then now you want to include like Kamala's strategy. It's just like versus the women's rights and everything, and then you notice you weren't getting much, so now you're trying to include Black men into everything. Like,
well, that's what they say. That's what they say. Don't believe it.
No, that's what's been said.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I believe, but that's what it's been said. So it's just like trying to include Black men specifically, and it's just like,
or prioritize. She said prioritize Black men. Yeah,
prioritize. Yeah, that's the better. But and it just makes you raise the eyebrows. Like, what? Like, why?
Like now?
Yeah.
Like now that the single, what is it, like the single mother birth rate is like 70%, or 70% of Black households are raised by single mothers. Now you want to prioritize the Black men? The Black on Black crime is off the charts in some of these inner cities. Now you want to prioritize Black men? Really? The rate at which Black people live in poverty and our families are broken up now? Now you want to prioritize Black men?
Yeah, and it's when they say prioritize, it's like, what are you gonna do? It's like, what are you gonna do to like fix?
I mean, are they going to put their families back together? But it's kind of hard when you got 3 kids by 3 different men. Which family are you putting back together?
Damn.
Prioritize Black men in what way? Again, another empty platitude, because they're pissed that their coalition didn't work. That's why I said, just stay over there. Nah. Nope. We good. Black men have steadily been, since the 80s and 90s, when Black men, mass incarceration, murders and crack was introduced by this, introduced into the Black community. Black men have, over the past 40 years, I'm age years old, Black men have steadily been increasing. And is it all Black men? No, but is it enough Black men to notice that there's been an obvious, noticeable difference? Absolutely. And we're doing just fine with how things are operating. But, Black women have their coalition with who they have it with, and let that be that. We good over here.
Yeah, we good.
So with that being said, Dante, final words, no words. The Democrats, are you good? Like, do y'all need a hug?
I mean, shit, after the exit polls, I'm pretty sure they were foaming at the mouth because they didn't know who to blame.
But Black men voted for Kamala at an 80% clip. So as you said, it's 100% or nothing.
Yeah.
Or nothing. No. No, I don't even agree with you on 100% of issues.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that this is what they want for people. But hey, man.
See,
Go ahead.
no, because that's the thing. And it's like you say that, and now I'm supposed to do what? Now I'm supposed to like foam at the mouth now? Oh, you don't agree with me? Like what?
Yeah.
Like
The same way, it's funny. It's fun. I'm glad you brought that up. It's funny that you say that. The same way black women will say, you know, can't nobody check me, can't nobody tell me what to do. I do what I want. As much as black women can do what they want, black men, we do what we want. You have no control or power over us. We're not your children. Like, we're grown ass men, grown ass adults.
But see, when black men put that, like when they apply that, now it's like now they try to get a whole group to like say like, oh, this man's bad or whatever, this, that, blah, blah, or that's when they call you sassy or whatever, depending on what you do. They try to shame you for it.
The shaming language no longer works. You know, fear-mongering Democrats, that no longer works. Women, the shaming language no longer works.
Yeah.
Like, you want to have substantive conversations, cool, but just trying to shame somebody, oh, you're sassy, and now I'm supposed to what? Crawl up into a ball and cry? I mean,
like, okay, just keep pushing.
Okay. I'm still going to wake up tomorrow. I'm still going to keep it pushing. I'm still going to go to work. I'm still going to do everything I've been doing. Nothing changes. So,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, man, with that being said, Democrats, you good. You know, you can give you a virtual hug if that's what you want. But Heirs on Air, we out.